Did you know? The greatest trick the colonizer ever pulled was convincing you that Jesus literally rose from the dead, when the truth was always about you. Your energy doesn't die. It doesn't vanish. It transforms. Life moves in cycles, constantly reshaping itself. Rivers carve valleys, seasons return, and the sun rises and sets in eternal rhythm. That 3 days wasn't about a physical tomb. It was about your inner process of transformation, the death of illusions, the shedding of old patterns, the awakening of higher consciousness. That's why I say no Christian truly understands their Bible. Those 3 days were symbolic. Jesus didn't die for you. The resurrection was never about a man coming back to life. It was always about you awakening, reclaiming your own divine energy, and realizing that life is eternal, cyclical, and transformative. Ecclesiastes 1:9. What has been will be again. What has been done will be done again. There is nothing new under the sun. Meaning, life is a repeating cycle. Energy never disappears. It only changes form. Every ending is a disguised beginning. Death is never the end. It is simply transformation. Your consciousness moves forward in waves, forever evolving. John 11:25. I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. Meaning, resurrection is spiritual. It is the awakening of consciousness. Belief is not blind faith. It is recognition of your eternal energy. You rise from ignorance into awareness, shedding old limitations and stepping into your higher self. Romans 6:4. Therefore we are buried with him by baptism into death, that like as Christ was raised up, we also should walk in newness of life. Meaning, the tomb is within. The death of the old self, the ego, the false identity, is necessary for transformation. Only by letting go of who you were can you become who you are meant to be. This is your personal resurrection, a sacred rebirth of consciousness. Matthew 16:25. For whoever wants to save their life will lose it, but whoever loses their life for me will find it. Meaning, true life comes when you release ego, attachment, and fear. Stop clinging to old definitions of yourself and reality. Death is not final. It is metamorphosis. Your energy transforms into something higher, eternal, and limitless. The colonizer built a story to keep you looking outward, worshiping externally, blind to the truth within yourself. The resurrection is not someone else rising for you. It is you rising. Your energy never dies. It transforms, circulates, and awakens. Life is eternal, and the cycle continues. That 3 days was never about a tomb. It was always about your awakening, your transformation, your return to higher consciousness. If Christians truly read their Bible with a logical, awakened mind, not blind acceptance, it becomes clear that Jesus didn't die for you. Let's break it down. Ezekiel 18:20. The soul who sins shall die. The son shall not bear the guilt of the father, nor the father bear the guilt of the son. Meaning, responsibility is personal. You cannot transfer your guilt to another. No one else's death can atone for your mistakes. Spiritual awakening is your own work. Galatians 6:5. For each one shall bear his own load. Meaning, spiritual accountability is individual. You carry your own path. Salvation is not handed to you. It is earned through conscious growth. John 14:6. I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. Meaning, this is about inner alignment and conscious effort, not literal substitution. The way is your understanding, your awareness, your awakening. Romans 14:12. So then each of us will give an account of ourselves to God, meaning, everyone is responsible for their own journey. No one else can carry that for you. Awakening is personal. You rise or you fall, based on your own consciousness. The truth is radical. Jesus' life and resurrection were not about dying for humanity's sins. They were metaphors, mirrors reflecting the eternal cycle within you. Energy never dies. Life never ends. Transformation is constant. The tomb was never external. The resurrection was never someone else's. It was always your own. Your death of ego, your rise to consciousness, your awakening. Final thought. Jesus never died for you. The story of Jesus was never about a man on a cross. It was always about you. Your energy doesn't die. It transforms. The 3 days wasn't literal. It was symbolic of your own inner death and rebirth, the shedding of illusions and the rise of higher consciousness. The resurrection wasn't someone else coming back to life. It was always you awakening. The story was never meant to show you a savior outside yourself. It was written to reveal the divine power inside you.